is it possible that we can make culture? I know you have said earlier on this program that sometimes or some things should be left for government to do, but can we make culture a political campaign?
We could. If there are politicians who want to do that, they should take it up. We'll support them.
I like that. So we should be able to actually, put in the public space that, look, if you want to run office, if you don't have a word for culture or you don't have a space for culture, then don't come to talk to us about vote. We can do that.
It's possible. There's nothing that is impossible in this world. It's a question of will and might, isn't it? It's both. You have to sort of like make it work for you.
Now, where is social media in all this that you're doing? Do you think that in any way that is aggregating, the ability to reach the
Yes.
public, or you think it's helping the cause?
Yes, absolutely. Social media is very critical. I mean, we're in the new age, and like I told you again, it's also a culture thing. I don't understand social media, but I understand now that it's very critical if you want to make any impact in your business as well. So we have a team of very young professionals who are doing a great job, and we also have one or two institutions in the media that are pushing out the word for us. Yes.
Okay. So how is this for this show now? For instance, are you going to be putting it up on some of these?
Yes. So if you go to www.SAROTheMusical.com, we're there. You can find every information. Our Twitter handle is at SARO The Musical.
Okay.
And we have we're just there. We have a Facebook account. Everything, you have all the links.
Okay.
On
and
the
you can therefore follow up on exactly what's going on.
Correct.
Okay. Now the show will be on just for 3 days, at least for now, and then we'll now begin to run like some kind of circle. So will it be in Lagos alone, or you want to take around?
For now, in Lagos, and if we find other governments in around Nigeria who are interested, we could always stage it for them, of course at a fee. So there's no charity.
There's no charity in this.
You've got to pay the youth.
Okay. Now let's come back to the Nigerian space. Do you think that we can use culture to help secure the Nigerian space, give some sense of belonging to our people, rather than these continuous intransigencies that we have around, insurgencies? And you think we can do? Can we buy into culture to see if we can create a better level playing ground for everybody?
I think so. I mean, there's so many beautiful things about our culture. We've mentioned this several times. We have a culture that believes in taking care of one another in the past. I mean, communal living and all of that. And also the culture of respect for elders. All these things are being thrown away. People don't care. People talk to you anyhow. We don't take care of one another anymore. These are things that are supposed to be African tradition. They're all gone. And that's why you have insensitive people getting into political positions, because they have no culture. Really, once you don't have that essence, there's no conviction, nothing driving you. So you're like a rudderless ship.
And that seems to be just, and we are already caught in that trap right now.
Correct.
Well, we'd like to say to our viewers, I'm sure we're having some challenges not getting the telephone lines through. We'd like to appeal to our viewers to please send their text messages to the second line or the second number, available on the screen. So you can therefore, pass your comments or your questions on to Bolanle, that she'll be able to deal with it, as quickly as she can before the program wraps up. Now, if we're going to look at what is happening in the international space, you've been abroad, you've seen some of this, things like this being done. What are the other things that we need? I mean, for instance, you're mentioning having to import this, having to do this. So how can we begin to build capacities, locally? The
first thing, infrastructure. If you don't,
back to this same.
If you don't have infrastructure, there's nothing you can. If we didn't have this space, you can want to interview me for all you like.
It will just be a dream.
Correct. So we can have actors and actresses who want to act. If there's no stage to perform, it's a waste of their time and their abilities. So we need to invest in infrastructure, and then obviously training of the younger generation. We need to have more schools that are investing in these people, and skilled lecturers. A lot of our lecturers have left Nigeria, so we need to look at things like that.
Well, from the way you're sounding, maybe you should take up the chalk and go back to university. Now that's
I don't mind teaching, actually.
excuse me, with this strike going on?
Maybe, like I keep saying, you need to go back to the fundamentals. Your government needs to change things, but teaching for me is a no-brainer. I don't mind. If I can combine it with what I do, it's probably the best form of giving
Nigerians
back.
like you, because with someone like you, in the classrooms, then you can be sure that you're getting quality information across to these children.
I don't mind at all. I teach in Sunday school. I think it's important to teach. If you don't teach, how do people learn?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Now, have you had to deal with parents who are not so sure they want their children to become dancers? I mean, they have this. Just forgive me if I say so, but some parents have some mindsets, about certain things. That look, children should not be seen learning to dance or to sing or to. That they should go to school and be a lawyer or be an engineer or be a doctor or something. Have you had encounters with parents like that?
I think, in fact, it's the opposite now. People are beginning to change. They're beginning to see that there's a career in acting, there's a career, because you now have all of Nollywood to
Successes to look
correct.
at.
And then we also have the artists that but what I mean, people are still like, okay, first do your first degree, and then after that we can talk about this music thing. But some are allowing. I mean, I have staff who have come from abroad actually, and they've told us that look, we want our child. One is coming next week, as a matter of fact. She's never lived in Nigeria as well. One left recently, also because she wanted to come and understudy us, see what we were doing, to see if there's a place for her to fit in. So it's beginning to gain grounds. People are changing. Like we say, things are not static. The world is changing, and it's beginning to affect the way some people think.
Okay, that's good. Now, you already mentioned on this show that you are looking at the possibility of seeing if you can take SARO, outside our borders. So how far do you want to take it? You're looking at probably Ghana, probably looking at England.
Yes.
Maybe you should try and invade South Africa and then pay them back.
Good idea.
So who is helping us to do this now?
We have a team, we have a team of experts working with us on this project. We have German and Nicola.
Okay.
We have quite a number of journalists abroad in London that we've been talking to as well. And so what we'll try to do now is, now that you've mentioned South Africa, yes, we've seen their own products. Let's take ours there. We'll start telling them to start sending the word out. I mean, they're working on 1 or 2 other projects, as a matter of fact. So we'll see if we can do that. It's very good.
Yeah, because I like to see something like this. Like you pay them back, in the same.
Correct.
Yes, yes. Okay, there's that same coin. Now, how long did it take to write SARO?
SARO was something I did. To be quite honest, I've been told to say, it took me time. I did it in a day.
No, now.
The beauty about staying in the same business and doing the same thing over and over
for so
again
long.
is,
well, especially when you have the passion for it.
Yeah.
No, but let's give this young ones.
Okay, I wrote it in 1 year.
That's more like it. Now, because you see, young persons are like, oh, if she can do it in 1 day, I mean, so just do it in a couple of hours.
The reason is that it had been on my mind.
Okay.
And I write. It's easy for me to put my thoughts on paper. But again, I've not had time. So one day I decided that this thing I'm going to, it's a musical, so it's not a lot of dialogue.
Okay.
So of course, I've been writing a book for the last, Yvette is aware, I've been writing a book for the last year and a half. I'm not even halfway through. To write a book takes forever. So it's and to write a script for theater performance is totally different as well. Yes. But then, like I said, we've been working on the script also. We've had other people come on board to assist. Okay. So it's not like the entire script was, but I gave the
direction.
Correct.
Okay. Now, for the team that you're working with, you've mentioned some names here. Okay. I'm just wondering, maybe we'll be able to get one of them to come and also talk. Maybe one of the.
Oh yes, I hope all the directors can come, and then some of the actors and actresses. I think there is a plan for them to be here.
Okay,
so we
can have some experiences with them too as well on the show. Yes. Now, in closing this, in trying to tidy it up, what would be your expectations from those who are coming to see this show? What are you hoping that they can take away from it?
I hope that people will have fun. I hope that they will also learn a bit about Lagos, and I hope that overall that we would have added value to our society, and let people also realize that, you know, Lagos is not always about the hustle and bustle. The people need to take time out to enjoy themselves and to create. Just let your mind work for you, create and enjoy, you know, Lagos.
Okay. In creating and enjoying Lagos, the theatrical, where are you people operating from?
Theatrical is at plot 1376 Tiamiyu Savage, Victoria Island, Lagos.
And people can come in there to watch shows
You can
and
watch
things?
shows. Every Sunday we have theater, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. We have a restaurant that does Nigerian food.
No, we don't want to hear about the restaurant.
You don't like the restaurant? Okay,
we want to hear about what you do, you know, to
Theater,
make sure
you
that
can
people
do
know
that.
about Lagos, about Nigeria.
The theater works. We have art. We have the gallery. All of that. Yes.
At Terra Culture.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So Terra Culture is about 9 years old now, and you have done all this much. What we should be doing, therefore, is hoping that when you're doing your 10th, your decade in doing this business, you're going to be back here on Close Flow and be telling us what the years have been like. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bolanle, thank you for coming
time.
on Close Flow.
Thank you
very
Thank
much.
you
It's been
very
a pleasure
much.
having you
Same
here. And I must come and look at SARO.
Yes, please.
So I have to. You don't have boxes, so that means I have to sit with everybody.
No, there's going to be tables and there's going to be front row seats. Of course, we'll invite you specially.
Thank you very much.